Hello everybody, what's up? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video, and I'm finally in Planet Coaster. I know it's been a long time, I'm late to the party, and I took my sweet time to get to this, but it's not entirely my fault. I've been trying to get this video out since the game released in early access, and I got some excuses. My video software has been messing up like crazy, and I mean like crazy. I haven't been able to make a proper video without it lagging and messing up and everything. This video is not even perfect. As you can tell, the video quality is actually very, very low. And I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with my video software. I got it to where it kind of works-ish. So this is what you're going to have to deal with, is low video quality. Hopefully it's not super, super bad, but it's the best I can do at the moment, and I couldn't wait any longer to get another Planet Coaster video out. So this is going to be my first park for YouTube, and we'll see how it turns out. I've had a little bit of practice with it, and my modular building skills aren't the greatest, so I do my best to try and make halfway decent buildings. And with the tools they give you, you don't have a whole lot of different pieces at the moment, so I work with what I have, and I wanted to use that kind of the same thing it has at the entrance. So I use this the paneling type of buildings and the blue stuff as well, and you can see I use the control D, and if you can do that, you can actually duplicate stuff around it, which is really amazing. And I've been so addicted to this game so far. I've built so many different kinds of parks. I haven't finished any completely yet, so I wanted to make sure I started from scratch here for you guys in this video, and I hope this park turns out kind of decent. So my idea here is to kind of have twin buildings in both sides here. Just kind of get that cool look of, square type deal, where the park square, the very entrance, you have twin buildings on both sides. It would be kind of neat. So what I'm going to try and do is duplicate this building and move it into that other empty area. I don't get to it in this video because I think I want to add more details in the future to this video, or to this building, because I don't feel like it was completed after what I did do to it. So my other goal is to have a lot of path in the park, which means pretty much pathway is everywhere throughout the entire park. And a lot of people have been criticizing how the path system works in modern day theme park simulators. They don't want to have to snake around your park and stuff. They want to have wide paths, and the pathways just ginormous and everything in one area, just make this huge area of nothing but path and just place, everything else inside of it. That's kind of how parks work in real life in the first place. And I kind of made a system that kind of works in a decent way. You kind of see it towards the end of the video that actually works in that way very well. As long as you have plenty of planters and scenery items in the middle of them, you can make something that looks actually pretty halfway decent to that extent. So this is me. I'm really experimenting with this park. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it, but with the tools that we have, we don't have a whole lot of tools yet here in pre-alpha 1, so they're going to be released in stages in the future. So this is me adding just some minor details to the building, and it's not the greatest, but I do what I can to try and create something that's halfway decent. And then I use the duplicate tool to my advantage here to use on all the sides. As you can see, I just pretty much copy and paste it to all sides of my building, and they're gonna have the identical look on each side. And then I'm really precise of my placement. I like to be precise. So if you didn't know, you could actually hit F, and it'll give you a precise placement straight in the middle of a wall. So if you hold down F while you're doing these building attachments, it'll actually snap to the middle of that, the exact middle of the wall that you are hovering over. So, and then if it's not in the direction I want it, up and down, you can hold down Control and actually get that precise placement of what area you want, and it will still be centered. So that's a very neat tool. And you're so flexible on what you could do with the modular building tool. They did a really great job, I think, in supplying what we need with the modular building in this game. So I think I just am very psyched of how they've done it. So this is most of this video is just me experimenting with buildings and stuff like that. I do get into one flat ride that I have not actually placed yet, and since I've had the game, which is exciting. So and I actually tried to create some cool looking entrance part here for the park, you know, just kind of, you know, maybe like some scenery and stuff in this spot with buildings on the outside is kind of my plan. And I thought it was kind of cool to place something like that and just make some planters and, you know, flowers and something decorative in each spot, you know, each little grassy area in the middle of my pathways. And, you know, you can use these things to your benefit in ways. As you can see, I'm using this yellow tree here to make like more like a yellow bush instead, just by lowering it down into the ground. You can really be creative and with all the items that you do have here in the game, and you can just do a lot. And, you know, I try to stay symmetrical here and doing the same thing on both sides in this spot, simply because they're similar, and I think it'd be weird if they weren't symmetrical and pretty much the same. So I'm just kind of spitballing with the planters and flowers there and stuff like that. And I decided to go ahead and call this park, you know, like Golden Gardens, I think, or something like that. Just something off the top of my head. So it will be called Golden Gardens. If I change it, I'll change it. So, and then I'd almost put a building on the other side of this pathway, but I'm like, why don't I put some, you know, little planted area here instead, with some nice little scenery, trees, and some bushes and flowers and stuff like that. It turned out pretty nice. And then on the other side, I'll put another building. And I decided to put a bathroom on this side over here when it does get over to that section. So this episode probably isn't the most exciting to start off, but as we don't really we don't really get into the rides and stuff. A lot of the modular building mostly, and some scenery it's definitely the focus of this pre-alpha build in the first place anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and focus on that mostly with the parks at the moment, because that is what we have, and hopefully they give us more tools in the future. So again, this is me spitballing, just kind of experimenting with buildings and stuff. You know, they probably don't turn out the greatest in the world, but I do what I can with the skills that I do have, which I don't have the greatest skills in the world, but I don't think that I'm the worst, you know. But a lot of these buildings I do plan to come back and just edit it a little bit myself, as in I will come back to it, just, you know, I get the layout of it pretty much, and I'll add more details in the future. I'm just pretty much trying to get a feel of what it's going to look like, and then when I get a little more inspiration and stuff, I'll go back to it, or when I feel like it, you know, I'll actually go back to it. That way it can be the full potential and the building that it is. So I thought I'd just practice here on like just a restroom off to the side of the park, which would be kind of cool. This isn't going to be a ginormous park. I do plan on having quite a few a couple flat rides, and two roller coasters, a B&M and that aero coaster that they do supply us with here in the pre-alpha. So again, just adding some details, and I want to have a lot of the buildings look the same and just kind of have the same theme throughout the park. Again, it's not going to be a ginormous park, but it's going to be a pretty okay sized park, you know. It won't be super small, but since we don't have a lot to work, a whole ton to work with, I'm going to keep it just short. That way it's not super repetitive. You know, you don't want to make this ginormous park with all the same stuff. So we get this first flat ride, which is kind of like this airplane ride, which is kind of a neat ride that I haven't actually used yet. So I thought I'd go ahead and plop it down. For this first episode, I wanted to get a flat ride in. I don't usually put my flat rides right towards the entrance. I mean, this isn't real close to the entrance, but I wanted to get a flat ride in there, and I couldn't find the sign for this ride for the longest time. So hopefully in the future, I do hope they do put where we can put custom signs on there, you know, have our own custom images and stuff like that. It'd be kind of neat. And again, I wish the little golden arch thing was kind of optional in my opinion. I don't really care for it because there's some rides where I don't want that arch over my entrance and stuff. That's the only main gripe I have with it. But I have to say, I've been so addicted to this game. I can't stop playing it, and I just cannot stop. It's just an amazing game. It's the game I've been waiting for a long time, since Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and this truly is the next generation of the theme park simulator genre, and is this game right here. And I think it's going to be the top game, just like everyone predicted. You know, it's a great game. You know, in this queue area, I was going to create like a little building for the queue line here, but I decided to go ahead and leave it an outdoor queue for right now anyways, and just put a lot of scenery items around it. So that's how that will do. Anytime I have like green patches and stuff in the middle of my pathways and rides, I usually like to scenery it up and just put a lot of, you know, stuff to make it look pretty and stuff in the middle. It just makes it give it a more realistic and natural, cooler look, in my opinion. So I just like to have these items in the middles and stuff like that. And this one was kind of tricky because I couldn't get a valid placement, so I just put a tree there. So again, that flat ride, I just wanted to get a flat ride in. So then we get to this building. It's the last building. I think this is the last thing I do in the this video is create this food stall, and I'm just kind of going back and forth to different spots at the moment, just experimenting with buildings and putting down rides. Hopefully, maybe in the next episode, I might get to the first coaster just to get to the layout and stuff. It is going to be kind of a tricky thing to get through this entire thing. It's going to take some time because I'm very precise, especially on my roller coaster buildings and stuff like that. They have to be absolutely perfect. So, anyways, this I thought this building turned out okay. A little Chief Beef sign. Chief Beef Belief, right? And just some minor details on this smaller building, and I hope to connect buildings in the past, and they have different angles and stuff, you know, connect them side by side and stuff like that. But I'm just kind of going back and forth for each spot right now, and that's where I'm going with. So I hope you guys did enjoy this first episode. Not too much going on here, but I do hope to get some videos back in very soon. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day and an even cooler tomorrow. Thank you and goodbye.